The Miller family embarks on a journey through a snow-laden mountain road. Lily's innocent query pierces the quiet. "Are we there yet?" John offers a reassuring reply, his voice calm and steady. "Almost, sweetie. Just a little further." Emily gazes out at the passing landscape, her expression unreadable. Ben is looking out the window, a mixture of boredom and excitement on his face. A secluded cabin stands nestled deep within a snow-laden forest, smoke curling gently from its chimney. The family arrives, their figures small against the vast, white landscape. An unsettling stillness permeates the air, contrasting sharply with the cozy scene. Emily breaks the silence, her voice tinged with unease. "It's so quiet." The other family members exchange uneasy glances, sensing something amiss in the serene setting. The cabin looms, its windows like dark eyes staring out from the woods. The family arrives at their secluded cabin, a haven of rustic charm amidst the towering trees. As the family unpacks, the cabin slowly comes alive, with the promise of shared moments and laughter. Lily, with boundless curiosity, ventures deeper into the cabin's embrace. Hidden among the shelves, a dusty, forgotten drawing book whispers secrets of adventures yet to be imagined. "Let's make some hot chocolate." Sarah's voice fills the air, promising warmth and togetherness. The prospect of hot chocolate draws everyone together, the cabin now a sanctuary of joy and anticipation. In the heart of winter, Ben and John are engrossed in the joyful task of building a snowman. Emily, wrapped warmly in her thick coat, captures the serene beauty of the winter landscape. Inside the cozy cabin, Lily sits peacefully by the window, lost in the world of her sketchbook. Unbeknownst to the family, strange claw marks scar the cabin wall, hinting at a hidden menace. The family continues with their activities, oblivious to the ominous signs around them. In the heart of the cabin, a family gathers around the table, their faces lit by the kerosene lamp's gentle glow. As plates clatter softly, the wind's howl grows fierce, rattling the cabin's windows with increasing intensity. A faint scratching pierces through the wind, unnoticed by all but the shadows themselves. John dismisses the sound with a casual remark. "Probably just the wind." Unbeknownst to the family, Lily's drawings take a sinister turn, with a tall, eyeless figure emerging from the woods onto the page. On the cabin roof, each heavy footstep resonates with impending dread. Inside the cabin, the family freezes, every breath suspended, as the sounds above amplify their fear. John's face is etched with worry, his eyes darting nervously. John grabs a flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness. He slowly, cautiously, opens the door, each creak a deafening warning. Trying to reassure his family, John states, "It's just the snow settling." Lily awakens with a start, her eyes reflecting pure, unadulterated terror. She sits bolt upright, her trembling finger pointing accusingly towards the ominous window. Lily's voice cracks with fear. "It's watching us." Ben attempts to soothe her fears with empty words. "It's just a nightmare, Lily." The cabin is engulfed in a furious blizzard. Snowdrifts rise menacingly against the walls, a testament to nature's raw power. Inside, the family stirs, awakening to the chilling realization that they are utterly isolated, imprisoned by the relentless storm. The disembodied voice of narration echoes the grim reality. The phone signal is gone. John's grim announcement hangs heavy in the air. The radio's dead. John confirms their worst fears with a stark declaration. "We're stuck." Sunlight barely penetrates the cabin, casting long shadows as John, consumed by frantic energy, struggles to fortify the first window. Sarah's face reflects growing unease as she watches John's descent into paranoia. "John, please. What are you doing? It's going to be okay." Sarah pleads, her voice a desperate attempt to break through his fear. Huddled together, Emily and Ben exchange nervous glances, their eyes filled with dread. "They're out there, Sarah. I saw them." John insists, his voice laced with terror. Darkness engulfs the cabin as the power fails, plunging the family into eerie shadows. The scratching intensifies, an ominous sign of unseen horror closing in. John clutches a hunting knife, his knuckles white with fear and determination. His voice a bare whisper, John warns, "It's coming for us." The cabin glows warmly in the night, but a strange tension fills the air as John's eyes fixate on Sarah. His pacing begins, erratic and unsettling, as Sarah watches with growing concern. John's voice rises. You're hiding something, Sarah. I can feel it, he continues, his voice laced with desperation. Our family. There's something you're not telling me about our history. Sarah's brow furrows deeper as she retorts. What's wrong with you, John? In the cramped attic, dust motes swirl as Ben's flashlight pierces the gloom, revealing a forgotten space. Hidden in a dark corner, old, leather-bound journals beckon, promising untold stories. The brittle pages whisper secrets as Ben begins to read, his eyes widening with each revelation. A dark secret unfurls a malevolent creature, entwined with his family's lineage and the land itself. The fireplace casts a warm glow, illuminating Emily as she watches Lily, engrossed in her drawing. John sits nearby, lost in his book, unaware of the chilling scene unfolding. Lily proudly holds up her drawing, an innocent creation about to reveal a terrifying truth. Emily gasps, her blood turning to ice as she sees the shadowy creature looming behind John in Lily's drawing. It's influencing him, Emily whispers, a horrifying realization dawning in her eyes. Flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows across the cabin, illuminating the rough-hewn walls. John stands before his family, his eyes wide and bloodshot, his face a mask of terror and desperation. The air crackles with unspoken fear as John prepares to reveal a long-held secret. I have to tell you something. Something I've kept hidden for far too long. His voice trembles as he continues. It's about who I really am, who we really are. John steels himself, revealing the horrifying truth. I'm descended from it, from the creature. His voice drops to a haunted whisper as he concludes. It needs a human host to remain on this plane, and that host is me. In the dimly lit cabin, John writhes in agony as an unseen force seizes control. His eyes roll back, pupils swallowed by an encroaching darkness. A monstrous transformation begins, bones cracking and reshaping into a grotesque parody. The creature emerges, a terrifying nightmare made flesh, its form a grotesque mockery of its former self. A guttural growl rumbles from its throat, signaling the birth of a new horror. Sarah's blood-curdling scream echoes through the cabin, a desperate cry against the encroaching darkness. Dawn breaks over the snow-covered landscape. The cabin stands peacefully, a wisp of smoke rising from its chimney. Lily draws in the fresh snow, a dark metamorphosis complete. She smiles serenely, but her eyes betray a darkness mirroring the creature's soul. The cycle continues, a chilling reminder that some curses never truly end. The Miller family, John, Sarah, and their daughter Emily, arrive at a pristine tropical beach resort. The sun shines brightly, the waves gently crash, and the resort exudes luxury. They are greeted warmly by the staff, unaware of the secrets hidden beneath the surface. The Millers enter their luxurious resort room, bathed in golden sunlight, a promise of serenity hanging in the air. Emily rushes towards the window, captivated by the mesmerizing ocean view, her excitement palpable. Below, the beach beckons, its siren call irresistible to Emily's vacation dreams. John and Sarah exchange a knowing smile, a silent acknowledgement of their perfect escape. The room is filled with unspoken joy as the Millers revel in the realization of their ideal getaway. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating the room with a warm, inviting glow, sealing their vacation dreams. The Miller family relaxes by the shimmering resort pool, unaware of the unsettling stillness that surrounds them. Other guests dot the periphery, their presence unusually quiet and still. An odd silence blankets the scene, amplifying the feeling of something amiss. Several pairs of eyes fixate on the Millers, their gazes lingering far too long. John shifts uncomfortably, a prickling sensation of unease crawling up his spine. The idyllic resort setting transforms into a stage for unspoken tension. Emily awakens with a scream, her eyes wide with terror in the dim light. Sarah rushes to Emily's side, her face etched with concern. Sarah notices a scattering of sand across Emily's bed, sheets an unsettling mystery. John enters, his sleep-filled eyes widening at the commotion. What's all the commotion? Sarah's voice is filled with concern as she points out the impossible. She didn't go to the beach after dark, John. John dismisses it as a simple dream, a trace of sand from earlier. Probably just a bad dream. John walks along the sun-drenched beach, his expression open as he approaches a group of locals. He attempts to strike up a conversation about the resort's history, his tone friendly and inquisitive. A palpable shift occurs as the locals' initial warmth fades, replaced by discomfort and evasion. Some locals shake their heads, their silence speaking volumes as they turn away from John's questions. John's suspicions deepen with each failed attempt, the weight of unease settling heavily within him. John strides along the weathered docks, the briny air filling his senses. An old fisherman sits mending nets, his face a roadmap of sun and sea. John approaches, urgency etched in every step. Hesitation flickers across John's face as he decides to speak. John approaches the old fisherman, ready to speak. The old fisherman looks up, his gaze distant as he murmurs, "They never left the tide." Moonlight paints the resort room in an eerie glow, long shadows stretching across the floor. Emily, eyes glazed, sleepwalks towards the unseen ocean. John jolts awake, his eyes widening in horror as he sees Emily heading toward the water. He leaps from the bed, a desperate race against the impending tragedy. Just as Emily is about to step into the darkness, John grabs her arm, halting her descent. John's face is etched with worry as he pulls her back from the brink. The dining room echoes with the delicate clatter of silverware, a stark contrast to the heavy silence that smothers the Millers. Too many eyes bore into them, an invisible weight pressing down with each passing moment. The air thickens, each breath a struggle against the dread that clings to the throat. A palpable tension fills the room as the Millers attempt to maintain a semblance of normalcy. The unnerving observation intensifies, a silent judgment that threatens to shatter their composure. The weight of unspoken accusations hangs heavy, making every clink of silverware sound like a thunderclap. In the resort archives, dust motes twirl in John's flashlight beam, revealing rows of forgotten boxes. The heavy air, thick with a scent of aged paper, hangs as John stealthily approaches a box. Construction records, pre-1980. With mounting anticipation, John carefully opens the box. Blueprints reveal a chilling truth. The resort stands atop an ancient shipwreck burial site, confirming John's worst fears. Under the cloak of night, a storm stirs to life, transforming the ocean into a tempestuous beast. Sarah stands alone as ghostly figures ascend from the depths, their eyes burning with an eerie light. The spectral forms rise higher, their glowing eyes fixed ominously upon the shore. Each figure emerges, their presence a chilling omen amidst the brewing storm. The storm rages as the ghostly eyes converge, painting a canvas of supernatural dread. The wind screams, and the resort room trembles under its assault. The Millers struggle, their movements frantic, as they fortify their sanctuary against an unseen threat. The storm's symphony is almost deafening, yet beneath it, a chilling undercurrent grows. A muffled murmur pierces the chaos, hinting at a gathering malice just beyond the door. Silent faces, masks of rage, stare intently at the Miller's door. Their eyes burn with a cold fury, fixed with unwavering intent on the barrier that separates them. In the resort room, shadows dance ominously as Emily succumbs, her eyes betraying a horrifying transformation. A chilling guttural language erupts from Emily, her voice now a twisted mockery of its former self. John strains, muscles bulging, as he fights to restrain Emily's escalating unearthly strength. Sarah joins the struggle, her face etched with terror as Emily's power defies human limits. Panic grips John and Sarah as they witness the horrifying curse fully consume Emily, twisting her essence. Emily's transformation completes, revealing a monstrous being where a woman once stood. Under the cloak of a storm-ravaged night, the ocean churns with untamed fury. From the inky depths, a monstrous figure begins its ascent, a fusion of nightmares. It rises higher, a grotesque mockery of life. The embodiment of an ancient curse emerges, a terror born of the sea. Its presence dominates the storm, a physical manifestation of dread. The ocean itself seems to recoil, acknowledging the horror it has unleashed. Under the dim moonlight, waves crash violently against the shore as John stands defiant. He confronts the shadowy entity, a figure of immense power, determined to protect his family. John chants ancient words, drawing upon forbidden knowledge to weaken the formidable foe. The entity recoils, momentarily weakened by the incantation, yet its eyes burn with malevolent energy. Shadowy tendrils lash out with incredible speed, testing John's resolve. In the dimly lit resort room, Sarah stands, the weight of her mission etched on her face. Her brow furrows as she concentrates on the ancient words, a desperate hope flickering in her eyes. As the incantation begins, an ethereal light erupts from the page, bathing the room in an otherworldly glow. With each word, Sarah's determination hardens, driven by the hope of saving Emily from the curse. Dawn breaks over the beach, the storm's fury spent, revealing a trail of destruction under a sky washed clean. The entity vanishes into the ocean's depths, its defeat uncertain as it dissolves into the murky water. The Millers stand amidst the wreckage, their clothes torn, faces pale, eyes wide with lingering fear. They survived, yet the harrowing experience leaves them forever scarred. The resort looms behind them, silent and ominous, its dark secret buried beneath the shifting sands. Under the relentless desert sun, the Miller family's SUV navigates the desolate highway, each mile amplifying their simmering tensions. Inside the cramped vehicle, a symphony of discord unfolds as Mark, Sarah, Emily, and Tommy engage in a chorus of bickering. Fueled by frustration, Mark abruptly veers off the beaten path, ignoring Sarah's caution, plunging them into an unknown shortcut. The SUV turns sharply, leaving the main highway behind and venturing onto a less traveled path, the landscape stretching endlessly. A lone family car ventures onto an unmarked desert road, its wheels churning up clouds of sand. The GPS signal fades, leaving the family stranded in a desolate expanse. Endless desert stretches in every direction, offering no solace or escape. Tommy squints, his eyes catching sight of something peculiar in the distance. A strange sign looms ahead, a silent sentinel in this forgotten land. A weathered sign looms into view, a stark warning against the unknown. Mark chuckles dismissively, but Sarah's worried glance reveals a deeper unease. Emily, seated in the back, remains silent, her expression unreadable as the car speeds forward. Without warning, the car sputters, its engine faltering as if in protest. The car struggles against the heat, its engine groaning under the strain. Emily stares at her phone, the screen blankly displaying no service. Tommy's voice cracks with desperation. "I'm so thirsty." Mark turns accusingly towards Sarah, his frustration boiling over. "This is all your fault, Sarah. You had to doubt my shortcut." Sarah clenches her fists, her face flushed with a mixture of anger and regret. The desert road stretches endlessly, mocking Sarah and Mark's hope. The bizarre rock formations stand like silent observers, taunting their desperate escape. Paranoia tightens its grip as Sarah's fear escalates. "We need to turn back. Now." Mark's denial echoes in the vast emptiness. "I am not lost. We're fine." The road continues to twist, their futile journey deepening the growing sense of dread. Under the haunting glow of the moon, a broken-down car stands as a stark silhouette against the desolate roadside. Inside the stranded vehicle, a family huddles together, worry etching deep lines onto their weary faces. Amidst their despair, they carefully ration the last of their meager supplies, each morsel a symbol of their dwindling hope. In the distance, Emily's eyes narrow, catching a glimpse of something amidst the encroaching shadows. A flicker of possibility ignites within Emily as she whispers, "There's a sign over there." Hope stirs in the hearts of the weary family. In the dead of night, car headlights slice through the gloom, revealing a sinister message scrawled on a roadside sign. Emily's breath hitches as her eyes fixate on the ominous words, "You don't belong here, Emily." Her eyes dart around frantically, a chilling realization washing over her as she whispers, "Someone's watching us, Mark. I know it." Mark tries to calm her, dismissing her fears with forced logic. "Emily, calm down. It's probably just some kids playing a prank." Emily's gaze remains fixed on the darkness surrounding them, her fear deepening with each passing moment. The sign looms in the periphery, a stark reminder of the danger lurking just beyond the reach of the headlights. Beneath the relentless sun, they trudge onward, the desert stretching into infinity. Tensions flare as blame is cast, their voices echoing in the empty expanse. Drawn by a cruel illusion, Tommy breaks away, lured by the shimmering mirage. The mirage calls, promising relief from their desperate journey. In the heart of nowhere, a mirage materializes into an abandoned diner. its faded glory a ghost of the past. The relentless sun beats down on cracked asphalt, turning the air thick and heavy around the forgotten relic. Echoes of a bygone era linger within as a broken jukebox sputters to life, its haunting melody piercing the silence. Dust-coated windows obscure the interior, shrouding the diner in a hazy gloom, a silent testament to time's passage. Entering the diner, a sense of eerie preservation hangs heavy in the air. Cobwebs cling to the ceiling, a testament to time, yet the tables below are meticulously set. Clean coffee cups gleam unnaturally on the tables, a stark contrast to the decay around them. From a vintage jukebox, a cheerful tune repeats endlessly, amplifying the unsettling atmosphere. The unsettling wrongness permeates every corner of the diner, a silent scream and a cheerful melody. The scene is frozen in time, creating a sense of foreboding. Inside the bustling diner, Sarah's eyes sweep across the room, pausing on a wall adorned with framed photographs. Intrigued, Sarah approaches the wall, drawn in by the silent stories held within each frame. As she nears the photographs, a subtle shift in Sarah's expression hints at a growing sense of unease. Sarah's eyes widen as she recognizes a familiar face, triggering a cascade of emotions. Recognition hits her hard as she realizes the photographs capture moments from her own family's history. The diner fades into background noise as Sarah is lost in the revelation of her family's past, displayed openly on the wall. Photos scattered across the diner table, each a fragment of time, whispers of laughter, and echoes of shared meals. A finger traces the contours of a faded childhood memory, the paper softened by time, the smiles frozen in youth. A series of images surfaces, discordant notes in the symphony of their lives, moments that twist reality and defy memory. Emily's voice cuts through the silence, a question laced with disbelief. "That's me. But who's that holding me?" "That isn't you, Sarah." Unease settles in the diner as the photos cast long shadows on the present, and doubt clouds the future. Sunlight filters through the grime-covered windows of the forgotten diner kitchen, illuminating the stainless steel and stocked shelves. He steps into the kitchen, his gaze drawn to a chilling message scrawled in faded red paint on the wall. The message is simple, yet chilling. "We know what you did, Mark." Mark's voice cracks as he whispers, "I didn't do anything." His eyes dart around the room, searching for an explanation, an escape, gripped by the unsettling feeling that he is not alone. In the diner, a family huddles close. Their faces reflect pure terror. The jukebox's cheerful music clashes violently with the palpable dread. Shadows dance ominously, playing tricks on the family's eyes. Tommy's eyes glaze over, a vacant look spreading across his face. With a chilling stillness, Tommy rises and begins to sleepwalk toward a dark back room. In the diner's back room, Tommy confronts a mesmerizing vortex of light and encroaching darkness. A cacophony of whispers swells, echoing the family's most guarded fears and bitter resentments. The room throbs with an otherworldly energy, each pulse resonating with untold secrets. The light intensifies, casting long, eerie shadows that dance across the walls. The darkness deepens, threatening to engulf Tommy as the whispers reach a fever pitch. Tommy's piercing screams shatter the diner's false calm, drawing his family into the unknown. They rush into the back room, only to confront a swirling vortex of their deepest fears and regrets. The vortex mirrors their faces, twisted reflections of anger and regret consuming them. The diner begins to shake violently, its familiar facade crumbling under the weight of their turmoil. Do they escape the diner's grasp, or are they doomed to become permanent residents of their familial discord? The lingering shot leaves their fate ambiguous, forever trapped in a liminal space of their own making.